People of the internet, all my loyal subscribers, this is Adam Leak Aaron, and I'm gonna have to go through this rather quickly because this will come out on Monday, but it's Sunday here while I'm filming, and in about an hour, Elimination Chamber pay-per-view will come on. Hopefully, I'm rooting for Seth Rollins, but we all know Roman's gonna win because Vince McMahon, and so. That's going to be coming on a little bit, so I have to rush through these a little bit. So today's review, it's review time. And it is a horror movie remake, and you know how these usually go. Like, they're all pretty much criticized. Personally, I actually like the Friday the 13th remake because like, unlike Nightmare on Elm Street, like, Jason isn't much of a character, he's just a killing machine. That's all he is, basically. So, yeah. And the same can be said for, like, this one I have in my hand. It is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And this is the first movie made by Platinum Dunes, Michael Bay's production company. This was the first horror movie remake they would do before, Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. This is before those. So, this is inspired by true events, so you know there's going to be a bit of Hollywoodizing in there. You should expect that. So now I'm going to read you the back of the box, or DVD cover, whatever. So prepare yourself for a level of fear like you've never experienced before. A group of friends takes a detour while traveling through the back roads of Texas and encounter a chainsaw-wielding maniac. What happens next is beyond anyone's darkest imagination and will leave you speechless and horrified. From filmmaker Michael Bay, from Pearl Harbor, Bad Boys 2, the Transformers movies, The Island, Pain and Gain, 13 Hours. And it's starring, Jessica Biel? Jessica Biel from Stealth? Oh. Maybe this won't be so bad after all. Comes this year's most hardcore and terrifying film, You've Been Warned. So basically, the whole plot is that you have, like, a group of 5 young adults. They're all stereotypes. Horror movie stereotypes. And then while they're driving on the road, being stereotypes, being cliches, they see, like, this woman. This woman just walking around the road. One of them, Jessica Biel, is just like, we should take her in. We need to help her out. And then the lady, they picked up, she just freaks out and then pulls a gun and just shoots herself in the head. Right through, right through there. And they want to make it look as graphic as possible. This movie earned its R rating for a reason. So, realizing they gotta do something about this body, they try to go to the sheriff, but it doesn't really work out. They find him, but, actually before that, they meet, this woman, just go here, and then they meet, this kid, this little kid, and he's just go there, and then they meet, this old man, who's an amputee, lost both his legs. So, the main, one of Jessica Biel and another one of the main characters, they go into the house. One of them gets killed, and another one gets kidnapped and literally put on a hook and just set him on a hook through the back. Not fun. But then the sheriff thinking, oh, I'm gonna help you out. Then he sees weed. The marijuana. This is before it became legal in some states. This is before all that. This was back when drugs, period, were bad. Or at least, this world. It's a mess. But finds the weed. He punishes them all. Takes one of them, just like reenact what happened, and then like the dude like turns on him and tries to shoot him, but the gun is not loaded. And so the sheriff takes the dude like into like this house. No one's sure why there's a house. I forgot to mention, while like Jessica Biel's in the house with her other friend, they meet Leatherface. If you don't know who Leatherface is, he's a chainsaw-wielding maniac who wears people's faces. So, it's a nice family-friendly movie, I know. It really is. And Jessica Biel, like, since she's the main star, she's the hero in all this. Well, she eventually gets kidnapped and put into this house. She sees the friend who's like on the hook, and then she decides to just. And also, the dude's leg got chopped off, so it's not gonna help. She ends his misery and just like kills him. But before that, like, you eventually realize that everyone you've seen in this little area, the old lady, the child, the amputee, sheriff, they're all family members of Leatherface. They're all a family. And the reason why they do this is because the old woman, what she says is no one like cared about her or her son, mainly because I believe Leatherface had like a skin disease, like a skin infection, but no one would treat him. And then he was just basically left to suffer. And so they're just like, well, if he's gonna suffer, everybody's gonna suffer. And then the rest of the movie goes as you would expect it to go. She, gets out of there, she saves the day. There's also a young child, like, in there. And she saves the young child because, you don't want that young child in a family like that. And then, like, a little while later, like, in the very end, like, you see, like, these two dudes, like, they're investigators, but then they get killed, and then they're just like, the case remains open. So, yeah, that's the movie in a nutshell. So what do I think of this? Well, it's not as bad as other horror movie remakes. It's nowhere near as bad as Friday the 13th. Mainly because Leatherface doesn't have a character, he's just a killer. Freddy had a character, and when they changed it, the movie suffered. This doesn't have that problem. So that's a good thing. Characters are just... bleh. They're basically just blood bags. You just slice and kill. That's all they are. Jessica Biel. That's gonna be on a compilation fail video, I bet. But Jessica Biel, she's obviously the best actor in the whole movie. And considering her other work, that's not saying a whole lot. This movie is graphic. It's gory. It's vicious. It's not quite as horrific as Hostel Part 2. Nowhere near as horrific as that. But it's still up there. This is not something you would want to watch on family movie night. I'll tell you that much. The story is simple enough. Yeah, it's just... It might be just another horror movie remake, but at least it's a decent one and not a horrible one or a lazy one. So, I'm going to give this 6 out of 10. Some of you might think that's way too high. I'm being too generous. But that's how I feel about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 edition. Yeah, 6 out of 10. If you like horror movies, like, if you don't like horror movie remakes, I don't think this would really help, really change your mind. But it's definitely a lot better than some of the other ones that are released. Definitely. Now, I know there is a prequel to this, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. that came out in 2006. I might get that if I can find it, because I've heard that one is actually pretty bad. So yeah, I might get it in the future. So yeah, that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Alright movie. Next up, next review is a Ridley Scott movie. I really haven't done a whole lot of Ridley Scott movies. All I've done is Prometheus, which I thought was alright, and Alien Covenant, which was just ugh. But I have a movie that is well known. Some people in the military don't like it because it's not 100% accurate and whatnot, but it's still made people consider it to be a good movie, and it is Black Hawk Down. That will be the next review, so make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. I will see you all next time, and I am out.